See if we have any questions for Drew. Please raise your hand. Let's go with Pete Sampson.
Drew, asked this occurred a minute ago. He had sort of a hilarious answer about like how Marcus Freeman has changed a little bit since he's become the head coach. But I mean, since he was also your position coach, how have you seen him change over the last 3 weeks as he's had to balance a whole different set of responsibilities as the head coach?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if Kurt touched on it, but he's now on bus 1.
He did.
Okay, so that's been like the hot topic as of recently. He's moved on, but he sent his kids back to bus 2. I don't know what that means, but no, he's changed in ways. He's definitely busier. You could tell, he's got a total different operation from that standpoint. Maybe less, personal time with the linebackers. So selfishly, we want him, and his influence as much as we did before, but we also know, the influence that he can bring to the team as a whole. So he's just spent more time with offensive players and the rest of the defensive unit as well. So a little, as a linebacker standpoint, a little bit less time in the meeting rooms and stuff like that. But it's still good he still comes around and makes sure, he always says he's a linebackers coach. So he makes that known.
Len?
Drew, can you talk about the development of the linebacker core throughout the season? And second question is, obviously, your last game, just visualizing the game going into the Fiesta Bowl on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think the linebacker room went through a lot of development. It happened early in the season when, we had injuries kind of come through with Shane and Marist and Paul Mwala, and we had a lot of young guys having to step up. And so JD Bertrand arose this season. And, I think everyone kind of saw what he was displaying on the field and, his talents. And that just speaks to him as a linebacker and as just a player as well, just developing and trying to get better every week. And I think he did that. And then you see guys like Prince Colley, the freshman, getting a lot of practice time. Being a second string, you get asked a lot of questions in the meeting rooms. You got to make sure you're ready. And so he's just showed through like the mental aspect as well that he's ready. He's in the game plan. He knows the defense. And so he's gaining confidence as well. So I think there's been a lot of development. And now I see Marist out here in bowl prep practicing. He looks, as good as ever, violent and physical. And, you could just tell he's itching to get back on the field. So it's been really cool to see the linebackers, develop this season. And then as far as this last game goes, I'm not trying to take it, it's not about me. It's about the team. And I'm, just trying to, it's just like another game, but at the back of my mind, for sure, I have that, thought that, this is my last time putting on the gold helmet and definitely means a lot to me. I've had, so many memories and just happy for the experience in general. It's been amazing.
Tyler?
Drew, you spoke to Coach Freeman being pulled away from being as hands-on with the linebackers. I'm curious how critical has Coach Lazinski been in preparing you guys for this bowl game?
Super critical. Coach Lazinski has been a shadows guy that we've talked about, the last couple of years in this program. It has had major influence, has spent countless hours, one-on-one meetings, group meetings, hotel meetings, just constantly, like the hardest worker in the Goog. And, he's done it for years, and now he gets like kind of an expanded role, especially in this bowl prep, to meet with the linebackers and coach us up, really running the meetings. And so it's been great. And now he's doing special teams as well. So I'm just excited for him. I'm excited for the opportunity. And, I can't wait to see what comes.
Timothy O'Malley?
Drew, I was wondering if you were able to get any treatment for the knee injury suffered in November, or is this something you had to put off to play in the bowl game? And the second part of the question you touched on, kind of Marist and how the linebacker group is involved. I was wondering where Prince Colley has improved most. I know he had the September, he was making a lot of progress before he had the COVID stop for 2 weeks.
Yeah. As far as the knee goes, I mean, I played with it like 4 days after I initially hurt it. So now we're on like, I don't even know how many weeks. So it feels really good. No brace anymore. Feels pretty much back to normal. So I was glad I was able to get over that hurdle and play against Navy and do that for my team. I knew they needed me. So just upwards from here. It's going great. And as far as Prince Collie, like I said before, his mental approach, I think, has matured the most. I mean, when you come in from high school, there's a lot of things that you're balancing. That you've never had meetings as long as they have. You're not, in the weight room as much. Practices are longer. Practices are faster. Then you have school. Notre Dame's different because you have to go to class. You got to keep up your grades. And I think he's experienced all of those in his first year. And I was talking to him the other day of telling him like how much he's going to grow from this semester, and it's only going to get easier. So as far as the defense, the game plan, he's starting to figure it out. I think he knows what he's doing as long with what the guys are doing around him, which is key, for being a really impactful defensive player. And then physically too, I mean, you could see he's getting bigger. He's getting stronger just from the Bayless program. So he's really improving a lot this first freshman year. It was good growth for him.
Patrick Engel.
Yeah, Drew, going back to the idea about Coach Freeman changing as he's gotten his new role, like when you look at like just the 2 hours or whatever it is of practice, how much has he changed in that? Or does he kind of made an effort, like it seems in the limited time we've seen, to try to keep as much of his routine and his mannerisms and MO the same as it was before?
Yeah. So like I touched on before, there's things that have changed. He's in the middle of the field a lot, watching both the defense and the offense. I know he really likes the competitive periods when it's either 11 on 11 or 7 on 7. He's trying to kind of foster a competitive mindset, which I think is just great for the program. And so there's a little bit, just less influence on the linebackers, but at the same time, like if we're doing linebacker drills, you look over and you can peep him. He's watching the drills and he's giving you pointers. Just the other day, it was in scout periods, and he comes over in my ear and he's talking about my blitz line and doing that. So his teaching and his techniques are still there and still prevalent, and he's teaching them. But he's also he's got a bigger role now. He's got a bigger responsibility to kind of expand it.
Great. Thank you so much, Drew. This will conclude our Notre Dame press conference. Drew, we appreciate your time. Congratulations and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, guys.